not gonna answer the question.
There is nothing. I've
Why
said
don't
it like
you
5
answer the
times.
question?
I'm asking the question. Well, why are you so mad?
This is
She's
mad.
already said it.
Because
What
what? What you did?
She's already.
Yeah, no, she's pulling an Aaron every time. He's like, well, why are you upset? Oh, you think I'm upset? He said she was fat. She didn't say that. She didn't say that. He said she was fat. Did anybody else hear this? So to say he admitted it, not here. He didn't admit anything here. You guys are freaking retarded if you think he admitted something here because he hasn't said anything.
I don't know you. It wasn't like I've said something to you. I said anything to you. I've stepped out of the combative space of the red pill stuff because of guys like you. And you prove my point to it. It's like, I don't know you. You don't have to do that. And that's fine. It's fine if I said, like, you're not my preference. I've never attacked you before.
Right.
I'm still waiting for what made you upset.
It's okay. Right now, we're going to call you the delusional girl.
All right, how about I just,
And we can just stick
you want
to
to just
that.
leave? 'Cause
No, I will.
Why would you leave,
You're
though?
upset
Why
because
would you leave?
let's-
You literally are. You're an example.
Can
for
somebody
men.
tell me what I
You're an
said that everybody's so
example for
upset
men.
about that I'm
That's
still
you
waiting
make
on?
content.
What was
You guys are lying. You guys are just coping now. This didn't happen. You're making up stuff. You are just completely lying now to make yourselves feel better about being completely wrong. Nobody knows what the hell they're talking about. Don't get mad at me that you guys don't know what the hell you're talking about. They have not given us the context for what they're talking about. And you're getting jelly, and it's sad, okay? That's what it is. It is sad, and it is not this jelly is not a good look on you, okay? I'm over here jamming, and you're down there jelly.
Because it was his name with a check mark in the chat.
And I'm still scrolling through this chat, banning all you so don't think you got away just yet. I've only banned a couple of people so far.
Yeah, you can say these things, but these things can be general to somebody who has a perfect father in their life who's never had issues, but then these can also be somebody who has no father. So I don't think it's like very specific.
I think it's a constant reassurance. Like, because, you know.
Like all the time.
Yeah, because there's dudes that have that too. There's dudes, I mean, the dude you're dating, that guy has fucking mommy issues too. Like, there's
sure,
a
and I'm a
whole
mommy,
other
so-
counterculture to that.
Yeah.
Okay,
know.
Angela, you said that you were raised by a father figure since you're 14.
Yes.
Any of these daddy issues resonate with you?
They don't necessarily resonate with me, but I could understand, like, those are definitely red flags. But I would like to touch on, I think it's important for people to recognize, like, we should start focusing on building each other, and if that's an unpopular opinion. But I think that people have this idea that you just want to give people that are perfect, and those who want that aren't even perfect themselves. And I think, like, the most valuable relationships are the ones that actually grow from within each other. There are certain trauma bonding or broken parts with each other that we could definitely complement and grow from. And I think I did that even with my own partner. So I think that people nowadays look at this whole online stuff and they want girls who are perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. So those are certain red flags, but they themselves understand, like, we are also looking
Hot
for
take.
a father figure in our partner. You know, like, when you get married, who's walking us down the aisle? The guy who's going to give you the responsibility. And when I say that, people generally don't like hearing that because they find this idea of, like, oh, that's weird. We don't want to be your father, but, like, you want us to be somewhat mothering, nurturing for your child, or even parts of a man when he's down bad. And I would say that's important to have it in a partner. That's what makes her a wife or the main person that you spend the rest of your life with. And you can't get that out of her if you're not going to nurture that broken side of her.
Well said. Melina?
I think all of us go through something when we're kids, and it doesn't necessarily.
Tom, it wasn't Melina. It was like multiple women. I haven't said anything about Melina.
Really have to be from your father and mother. It could be a teacher that was really abusive or something like that towards you. It could be literally anything in your past. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the case. And when you're having problems when you grow up, especially in relationships, it doesn't necessarily have to come from your parents either, that they were bad to you or anything like that, or you were missing someone. And I would also say that I don't think that men can just go, like, all men are just going through and they're perfect and they're going through, and we can't. I don't know if you specifically said that, but you said that you didn't want to have someone that goes with trauma. I think everyone does to some sort of degree, and it kind of forms us as who we are. And I think, honestly, my hot take here is I think women can deal with that a lot better most of the times than men can, because men suppress their feelings a lot more, and women are a lot more allowed to explore them and go through them and figure them out. That's my hot take about that.
Thank you for your perspective. I think you did a great job on that, Melina, and I appreciate you. Guste, bring us home now, girl.
I would say in terms of daddy issues, the one thing that I noticed in myself was like male validation. So since I didn't get a lot of attention from my dad, I needed that masculine attention from somewhere else, so I would seek it often. I don't think necessarily that's like relevant nowadays, but I did notice that like in my past. And in regard to the trauma thing, going off what she said, everyone's going to go through trauma. I think what really matters is how that person has healed, and if they're willing to like listen to, you know, hey, like you need to work on this, and like being willing to work on that. But you know, not everyone's perfect, and everyone's going to deal with some sort of baggage.
Well said. MLD, last take.
I don't want a traumatized woman in my life. I don't want any history of trauma. I've dealt with those kind of fucking nutbags, and I don't ever want to deal with it ever again. I want to deal with a normal, mentally stable, healthy woman. So.
And you think you're normal?
Exactly.
In what sense?
Well, do you think you have healthy habits?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Weren't you the same one who like fat shamed me like last week or so? You think that's normal from a man, from a stranger to fat shame somebody?
I don't remember. Did I call you fat?
Okay.
Don't do that. You know what you were in the chat. You knew you were in the chat. Don't do that on camera.
I don't know.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Don't
what?
do that,
You have a
MLD, because
strange
you
way
were
of,
in the
like-
chat with your checkmark name doing that.
What was I
own
saying?
up. Listen, it's okay if you want to do those things,
Yeah.
but own up to what you do.
What was I
I
saying?
mean, women are apparently like CEO of not taking accountability, but I mean, I guess you should change your pronouns because I'd say you're kind of in the same bracket when it comes to that.
All right, I'll get right on that.
And that's not masculine energy.
Just
masculine energy
High
owns
value
up
men. Remember, I told you
to
that.
what
Don't
they
call people
say.
horse either.
I'm just saying. I mean, women can't handle criticism. I took that like a champ. That's fine. I'll take that. But I think you yourself as a man should probably work on that instead of saying that I don't want to traumatize women because it definitely shows that
I don't
you
want
have-
to. I don't want to traumatize.
We
women.
don't want to traumatize.
Yeah, so this energy changed quick, bro. The energy on this show just changed quick, bro. That flipped fast.
Man, either. That's the thing. So
Okay.
that's why it's easier to go to Japan and find the konnichiwa type of girl because they're not going to debate with you. That's the problem.
That's right. They're just robotic female slaves in Japan. They have no personalities.
It
They just say
shows.
konnichiwa.
Yeah, so me saying all that shit that you like, it's evident that you're used to women who don't check you when you're being irrational
Thanks.
and way out of place.
Thanks for the whole synopsis on the 37 years of my
It
life.
shows.
You've,
Well,
you've
age
arrived
really
here
doesn't
in
mean
an
to a
hour
lot
and
of
half.
people. It shows. Like, you could be, my grandma's 80 years old and still drives like shit. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Bro, they've been on this show with him for like 2 hours and just decided to start going in on him, dude.
So I would have to say, you sound like somebody who really looks down on women with the way that, I mean, you even made a whole hit piece on that. I think that's weird.
I didn't make a hit piece on her.
This guy, you should really change your pronouns because I could see that's not your best trait to actually own up to what you do. And I think that's
She keeps telling him to change his pronouns, bro. That is freaking rough. She keeps telling him to change his pronouns. That's good, dude. That's freaking good. She's calling him a bitch. She called him a bitch.
it's really disgusting.
Why don't you sit in your masculine energy and maybe just apologize for what you said? I think that that's very masculine. I think that's a great way because I feel like, number one, in a war, everyone thinks they're right?
Yes.
So I think that right now is a great opportunity for you to show that men can be masculine and have feelings and can also regress and think back about what they said. Maybe in the moment you said it because you got excited or whatever and you were just in this phase of yours. But I think sitting here in front of her, you're talking about that you want this wife and this submissive person and all of this, but where's your respect towards women?
Yes.
And don't you run like an
Just
entire male
apologize to her.
empowerment thing? Like, I think that's important that people look up to you. And you know what's funny? I actually subscribed to you prior to you doing that. And I thought that was so out of pocket. And I was like, wow, like people like you, respectfully to anyone that's listening. This is why I stepped out of the red pill space because you guys are so quick to demonize women in the West. But mind you,
People
all
like
these girls
you.
have been working since we were old enough to work. A lot of us have to retire our families. But instead of people seeing that, you guys demonize women for masculine traits when we're also working just like you. And I mean, I don't expect respect, but like there was no beef and it was so unnecessary. And I think that's accountability that some people should take, but to each their own.
Yes.
Just saying.
So what are you upset that I called you fat?
This is upset.
I mean,
This is upset.
Clearly.
This is addressing.
Well,
and I
why
think
don't
it's
you want to
important
own up to
address.
what you said, though? Why
What
are you
was it? What was it
denying
that was
And
said?
if anything, we're kind of built the same, which is funny, dude. We're like,
He has asked numerous times what was said, and they're not answering him. It's possible that he was just drunk again, and that he actually doesn't remember. I mean, based on the way that he was acting on the whatever podcast, he might have a drinking problem. I have no idea. I'm not saying he does, but I'm not saying he doesn't. And it just seemed very odd to be in the middle of this podcast getting sloshed like he was. They said that he drank like 8-9 White Claws during the show, that he just like downed an entire pack to himself. Excuse me. This is what that's what Pixie and Nev both told me. So yeah, he called Aaron chubby, yes. Yeah, he definitely did that. Like, yeah, the dude is, and then he had the whole like endure take on there. So yeah.
I mean, come on, man. You can't be sitting there acting like we're like, oh, and I'm like, dude, honestly, that's so out of pocket in so many ways.
Well, how about this?
Yeah.
This came out of left field, but I don't know. I'm like tuned in right now. Like,
Yeah,
well, I
but
didn't know
let
this was
him
happening on my show, but here we
own
go.
up to what was
Here we go.
said and let him clear
So,
the room.
all
If
good.
he misinterpreted,
Ladies, hold on.
if we didn't
All right.
understand, let him
So
clear the air.
guys, let me just host the show for a second. You're upset because why?
I think that, listen, criticism, sure, but be real and own up to whatever mistake you make, because again, you are leading whatever.
What did I say? What is so upsetting? I don't get it. Why didn't you talk to me?
You don't know what
supposed to
you
be
do?
attractive?
You do all this content and you comment all these things, but you don't remember what you do.
So just to throw this out there, somebody finally shared. I was surprised that this didn't pop off on Twitter, and somebody finally like quote tweeted it today. Somebody else retweeted it. Brain Rot Politics. This is a Destiny channel. They said the podcast episode that just keeps on giving. And somebody like a couple of people said stuff like it's weird that all of those other clips went viral and somehow this one's been quiet. And I was thinking, yeah, it is a little strange. Like, it is a little strange. This is a thing here about this guy, the same guy, but my Twitter is much smaller. I'm not active on my Twitter. I don't post a lot, so I don't but yeah, it was probably around like 1,000 views for the first like 2 or 3 days that it was up, and then today it had like I think 9 likes yesterday, and then yeah, today when I woke up it had popped off a bit. So we'll see, but yeah, this is.
He was just sitting next to me. He reeked. He really smelled like if you were to go into a 13-year-old locker room with a bunch of 13-year-old boys, and you smell immediately the scent of Axe body spray just permeates your nose. It burns your fucking nostrils. That is what I had to endure for 4 or 5 hours straight. Just that it was just terrible. Like, it's like he went into a little boy's locker room and fucking rolled around in their sweat and in their fucking odor and just walked in on set like, yeah, that's good. That's what it felt like. It was just like, but anyways, I wanted to sit next to Mary, honestly. I was gonna sit next to Mary, not Chase, sorry. Brian sat me and Mary together, and then MLD came in kind of late, and then he kind of sat between us, like situated himself. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I don't really mind that. I don't really mind sitting next to men. I don't give a fuck. I never really feel uncomfortable around men. But he was a bit different, Like, he kept on getting up, going to the bathroom, taking shots. Like, there was like a whole entire 12-pack of White Claws, and like he kept on like putting his arm around my chair and like just like fucking. I think he might have touched Mary. I don't know. Like, and he did say during the podcast, like it wasn't until I was 35 until I learned boundaries. I'm like, well,
it's a little ironic.
Yeah, yeah. So I felt uncomfortable the entire time, and like I was just sitting there, like kind of like leaning forward. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I was leaning forward.
We pointed it out. So yeah, that. I should probably publish that as a separate interview as well, or a separate video as well, because the Aaron and Pixie one should be going up in a couple hours. So.
But you have all the comments to be made.
No, it's okay. I'll just endure this like I should in an abusive relationship.
Ooh.
Okay, so MLD, what do you recall of this?
I'm still waiting for that. Like, I don't get it. What was said that made you so upset?
This is the problem. So if we reverse the roles, if a woman addressed
this is a little frustrating. She's refusing to answer the question. He's asked over and over, like, what did I say? And she's not answering the question. This is getting a little obnoxious here.
she's
So
like,
you're
you're being
not
emotional.
gonna answer the question.
There is nothing.
Why
I've said
don't
it
you
like 5
answer the
times.
question?
I'm asking the question. Well, why are you so mad?
This is
She's
mad.
already said it.
Because
What do you
she did.
he said,
Yeah, no, she's pulling an Aaron every time. He's like, well, why are you upset? Oh, you think I'm upset? Well, why are you so mad? Oh, does this look like mad to you? Like, yes, yeah, it does.
You're saying that he called you fat and you're addressing
So
it.
just take accountability for it. Like, oh my bad, I was
Because
probably
he's
just slurring
talking
on
about
Hennessy.
women that they have to do X, Y, and Z and all this what they have to do,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't, treat women badly because they have to submit to you. And in Tokyo or whatever, they're so feminine and this and that. But it's here, you come here, and when there's women are making valid points and there are respectable women, you come in the chat and you fat shame, or you go and make pieces about people, or whatever it is that you want to do. At the end of the day, all that's being said is that, listen, if you're gonna do those things, own up to it, and then make your point about it. If you're gonna do these things and you're not gonna own up to it, and then what's the point? You're just what, bullying people?
What's up with, like, there's no integrity in what you stand on. Like, nowadays, like, you're running a space where men stand on principles and honor, but like, you see someone's face and you completely dismiss the fact that was disgusting. Like, disgusting. We're not in a.
Yeah, so we don't, like, they keep saying that he said fat, but we don't know who he called fat. We don't know what the context was. We don't know if he literally said, you're fat, or if he was saying something like, you know, these fat bitches don't know what they're talking about, or if he was saying something like, fat chicks need to stop going on podcasts like this, or, you know, we don't know. We have no freaking idea what he said. He could have said something about fat chicks in general that didn't have anything to do with the podcast. We have no idea. We don't have the context here. So LLWTF, what does it matter, Tom? What do you mean, what does it matter? He's asking what he said, and she keeps saying, I already told you, but she didn't tell him. She just said that he said the word fat. We don't know anything else besides that. We have no idea what he said. We have no context for this. She's going in on him for saying the word fat. We don't know. He said she was fat. She didn't say that. She didn't say that he said she was fat. Did anybody else hear this? Did anybody else hear her say that he called her fat? He called her specifically out. He admitted it. Stop with this, Tom. He literally just asked. He literally just asked. Maybe you guys are saying that he says this eventually, but right now, he has not said this. He didn't admit to anything. He literally just asked again, what did I say? He has not admitted anything. He literally just said, I don't know what I don't know what I said. So to say he admitted it, not here, he didn't admit anything here. You guys are freaking retarded if you think he admitted something here because he hasn't said anything. He won't admit it. That's the problem. Well, then don't say he admitted it. Somebody else is saying that he admitted it. Another person saying that he's not admitting it. Other people are saying she already said it. Most everybody's saying he obviously that they haven't given us context for this. Nobody knows what the hell they're talking about. Don't get mad at me that you guys don't know what the hell you're talking about. They have not given us the context for what they're talking about. He's going to admit it later. Yeah, I'm getting that now. But they're acting like I should already have the context for something else that hasn't happened yet. No, I'm not just going to play it. If you guys are freaking retarded, I'm going to have to address this. They have not answered his question over and over where they're asking what the context is, and they are refusing to give him the context. They are pulling a straighterade here where they're answering questions with questions. They have not given the context yet. I'm sitting here. I would like to know what the hell they're talking about. I'm sure literally everybody watching would like to know what the hell they're talking about. But they're going in on this guy, and nobody knows what they're talking about.
Call of Duty lobby, like, I don't know you. It wasn't like I've said something to you. I said anything to you. I've stepped out of the combative space of the red pill stuff because of guys like you. And you prove my point to it. It's like, I don't know you. You don't have to do that. And that's fine. It's fine if I said, like, you're not my preference. I've never attacked you before.
Right.
I'm still waiting for what made you upset.
It's okay. Right now, we're going to call you the delusional girl.
All right, how about I just,
And we can just stick
you want
to
to just leave? Because this is retarded.
No, I will.
Why would you leave,
You're upset
Why
because
would you leave?
Let's-
You literally are. You're an example.
Can
for
somebody
men.
tell me what I
You're an
said that everybody's so
example for
upset
men.
about that I'm
That's
still
you
waiting
make
on?
content
what was the
for.
example that, just
Okay,
to be clear?
I'll do the three. Was it three? Nah, I'm pretty sure it was. Is this chick supposed to be attractive? 1. 2, she's 40 pounds too heavy.
Yep.
XYZ, something about weight. I wouldn't listen to her. Like,
There
you just
we
went
go.
on a rant. It was like,
How do you
There we go. Now she says it. Now she says it. But she didn't say it earlier. All you freaking nutcases acting like she said it earlier. She didn't say this earlier. She's just now saying this.
know that was him, though?
Because it was his name with a check mark in the chat.
And I'm still scrolling through this chat, banning all you retards. So don't think you got away just yet. I've only banned a couple of people so far. Everybody sitting here saying stupid stuff. Ultrasign, have a good one. Who's the other one? Drake Davon, you gone. All of these freaking retards lying, saying stupid stuff. You're all getting the boot.
Do you recall doing that?
I guess so. So
Okay,
you're
so
mad.
now you recall.
You're mad because I said you're
But you
40
see-
pounds overweight. I'm on every chat. I'm in Fresh and Fit. You know how it is when you're a streamer. You're in all these chats. I did like 6 shows in the last 6 days.
So just say sorry.
So just own up to being a piece of
Well,
shit.
no. So I'm not. So first of all, I'm not a piece of shit.
You don't
So
think
talk
that's
to me
piece of
like
shit
that.
behavior?
Okay, don't talk to me like that. All right.
see you're
Secondly,
upset.
all right, I said what I said. I do think maybe you were 40 pounds overweight.
Sure.
So what's wrong with that?
We can match each other's energy. All I had to say was you need to like own up to your shit because it's weird that you would
just
face
did.
me. Yeah, after like pulling teeth. Are you good?
No, after you talking over me and freaking
This
trauma
was
dumping
Did I say
live
that?
on
I
the
don't know what I said.
show.
See what I said?
You
I don't
pick
even
these
know what I said.
words and like you throw them on people. But if I acted the way you act, you would demonize me. If I literally attacked you the way you attacked me, if I said the things that's disrespectful. If another man said the shit that you said to me, oh, that's fighting words. But yet a woman says it to you, oh, she's being dramatic, she's masculine, she's emotional. But
I didn't call you any of those
where's
things.
the vein coming out of my neck that I'm so triggered right now that oh, she's mad? I think it's disgusting that you act that way. It's so like unattractive and not manly. But yet you sit here and shame women. Oh, I can't wait to go back to Japan. I just think there again, you're leading a bunch of cows to follow you, and you're like, yeah, this is how men should act. That's not how men in my family and in my life act. And it's so unattractive that you think.
Yeah, this is a bit of a like her moving the goalposts, but this is what she should have said first. Like, yeah, this is dumb. This is a dumb thing to say. It's gross. You're being immature. You're acting like a little kid. You dress up in a suit like you're a big adult, and you're not. You act like a little boy all the time. But like before she say, "Oh, I just want you to own up to it. Oh, I just want you to own up what you're saying. Like just man up and act like you said it." But then he's like, yeah, okay, fine. I think you're overweight. Well, that's besides the point. You shouldn't be saying it. Well, don't tell him to man up to it. And then when he does, be like, well, I don't care.
That's normal. So you are part of the problem in the West, is what I'm basically saying.
Okay.
So let's try to put a silver lining on this thing. This came out.
Christ.
How should he have acted, in your opinion?
We walked in the green room. All you had to do was say, hey, no hard feelings. I was just on the little juice a little bit. I was tripping. My bad. I would have been like, all right, bro. Like, all fair is word. That's fine. I would have dropped it. But the fact that you walk in the room, you don't address it, you sit here, it's like awkward. I'm like, this is how, again, people like you want women to submit to this garbage nonsense. And you're, well, women are not submissive. Why would I submit to that type of activity?
Nah, MLD is the chubby guy off to the right in the suit. The guy over with the hair is the host of the show.
Yeah, this is showbiz. That's fine.
You're totally entitled to that. I'll give you,
I didn't even know who she is when I was in the wait.
Yeah, this guy. This is MLD. Stands for Modern Life Dating. He's been getting roasted all week, dude. This guy has had a horrible week. He has been getting shredded all over the internet. It's not a good week for him.
Waiting room.
That's the whole point.
Oh my God. You are meant for the camera, my friend. You are something else. You don't know who she was when you were in the chat?
No.
No.
In the
it's
camera,
fine.
in the back room.
No, it's okay.
all right, well, how about this?
Oh my God.
Was there anything you would like to take back or apologize? Whatever you want.
No, not after
Okay.
being treated like that. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna be talked down to by like some child that has no decency to communicate with me in a respectful manner.
It starts with you. What
Okay.
man leads a relationship like that? You don't even
She's
have
not
to lead
talking
in general
down,
space.
though.
You guys are better than me. You win. Cool. Next question, please.
Amazing.
Anyway,
She's not talking down to you. She's
you guys good?
just confronting you.
Amazing.
You guys good? All right. I had like 3 more topics to get to, but I'm sitting in the middle of this like, holy shit. Anyway, I hope you guys, at least after the show, can hug it out. I don't know if that's possible.
I got a
Maybe
hard out
blood
at 6. I
vessel.
told you.
Okay, we got to get you on. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this last segment. This came out of nowhere. This is live TV, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't expect that happening. But I hope you guys genuinely can figure this out after the show. No hard feelings. I understand where you're at. Natalia, final super chats. Let's get some winners and we'll go to the happy ending and we got to wrap up for today.
Okay, so it doesn't. He just said I've got a hard off at 6 or a hard out at 6. So he's apparently like got just a couple minutes left and he has to leave. So I guess people saying that he rage quit, that doesn't sound accurate. It sounds like he was late already.
Okay, so I will go through. Let's see where to start. I'll start with the one on my screen right here. Being Cheeks, I never subbed to Angela or MLD, but Angela got my vote for the rose. Typical red pill guys never take accountability for the same way OnlyFans girls in their future. Then we have this one, Being Cheeks, have more enthusiasm reading the chat. I will. Then we have Full Weed Todd. Divorce is actually worse than average men. They end up lying in their cars and sitting on earth for men at 40. Self-destruction. Sorry, it was a little blurry when I took a picture. Then we have Redo.
Hold on,
Destiny.
guys. As we're doing this, production team, real quick. I know we're wrapping up. MLD literally has to go. He's not walking off. No. He said at 6 o'clock he needed to hard out at 6 o'clock right now. MLD, final words before you run off. I don't want to go out.
Wait, why did people say that he rage quit? They literally said he's got a hard out. He's got to leave. Why did people tell me that he rage quit?
Like this. Anything you would like to say before you do?
Who was it? Was it Jack who said that?
I got nothing to say. I'm out.
See? My point.
All right, brother.
I'll text you. Thank you. Sorry.
Of course, bro. Joey, let's make sure he gets out safely.
Oh,
Yeah, it was John. Not Jack. John. LMAO MLD got bullied off of SOS Cast just now by Melina. He rage quit the podcast halfway through. That's just not true. That is just not true. That is not what happened.
shit.
Wow. Anyway,
And we're the ones that get
He's
our
not having a
period.
good
guys,
Right,
I'm just
saying.
listen, for the record, just so everyone's on the same page here. Me and MLD are cool. We've got zero issues. He's always been super respectful.
No,
but
he
at the
has
same
been.
time, you and I are also very cool. We've also been very respectful together. This is on you guys to address publicly, privately, whatever. This is on you guys. For the record, I had no clue that any of this was going to happen. It's great for TV, but not exactly what I wanted to happen with my show. But such is life. Anyway, guys, sorry about that. If you were offended or enjoyed it, and you're an S&M type of person, fucking play on player. But me and MLD are cool, just so we're clear on that. Nat, go ahead, finish some super chats.
Destiny's girls interrupt a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I get interrupted. I have a
one to
video
start.
interrupted me 30 times, 37 actually.
That's one to
From
start.
last one, so.
Yeah, there's a whole compilation of that guy.
Be the case every single time,
No,
but
I
it
didn't
could
say
be
that.
someone
But
could
would
do.
you agree
But
that-
you're probably gonna
Some
have
people
like
what?
on the woman, like
And
on
they
the
should
woman's
stay
fault.
together.
Why wouldn't you take care of the
Well,
children
first of all,
yourself? Because you're so insecure
why
that
do-
someone else.
why do-
I don't think that you
How
can
do you guys
have.
know about
But still, we
I
have to
think you're
think about it.
proving
Not
our-
every single
No,
business.
no,
There's probably
dude.
a lot of them.
Stop.
But
Okay, listen.
my point
I'm
is,
sure
he
there's some
really
dude-
likes to have
Sure.
an
Do you
independent
wanna play
woman
that
that can
game?
do younger. But I'm
Okay.
getting there.
That's
and
my
I'm be a
point.
lot. Why wouldn't
Did
you
you-
want to
you
have
didn't know
someone
this?
the entire time?
Nobody
and I'm just
here
gonna
is-
come like I'm not gonna be
We're-
independent
we're on the
anymore.
same
Or
page.
you're saying that you need to
Like
like
Harry
make
Styles?
you
Like,
need
how
to
do you
make
mean?
sick. Is that what every
That was
single
a
man is
joke on,
supposed to? Is that whatever?
What
Like
do you mean
every
by
single-
One Direction?
We should care about what other people
Guys,
think of differences.
but
In
baby,
that
that's
case,
idea-
right? I like
Yeah,
to
but
do with
sweetheart,
my
you have a
life. So
husband.
taking my point is that
This girl
let's
don't
say that
listen to
you're-
no-
like
I would-
I'm telling you to
Okay,
change.
but we're not-
So
Melina.
Danya, you're so
Thank you.
selfish in some
But
ways. Yeah, we have to
Melina,
be like you think
sorry,
that every
Melina,
single.
no.
Why wouldn't you just do whatever
Melina.
makes you like get really
Melina.
fat? Do not care about you.
Melina.
Care about that's where you
So
share life with
if
each
you
other.
found-
you don't have to be
I
like
think
me.
I'm doing
I'm
all
not
right
telling you.
with
You have
what-
your
I'm gonna sign that
restaurants. You do
NDA.
all-
We gotta wrap
I
up
can
here.
Okay.
This is what she's referencing here. It's 38 times when she says
Hey,
this.
Nat, go ahead, finish some super chats.
Destiny's girls interrupt a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I get interrupted. I have a
one to
video
start.
interrupted me 30 times, 37 actually.
That's one to
From
start.
last one, so
38 actually.
Yeah, well,
payback time. Okay.
Then
you're
we-
very necessary for podcasts because every
I think so
podcast needs
too.
a girl for a guy to be
The
like,
annoying
just
one. Shut
already-
up, bitch.
Yeah, I don't use that one. But
Then it said,
I gotta say, the classiest person on the podcast today is
Tessa.
Guste.
Ooh, interesting.
She's been
Not
super
doing
classy
next to
today.
you anymore.
Last week she was accusing men of raping everybody, but now.
No,
man.
that's not what I was saying
Guys,
at all.
these I'm a former comedian. These are jokes, guys. Relax. You're also classy. You're
Former
classy.
comedian.
We're all classy. Go ahead. Sorry, I know we gotta wrap up.
Okay, then we had this one came in by Beaten Cheeks, best ending for Saucecast ever. Then we have Lou Castley, a feminine woman would never call out a man like she did. It should have been handled 1-1-1.
So dumb.
All right. Then we have Steven's wife needs to be quiet. She takes the argument to an extreme and applies it to the general. Then we have Walderman Perez Jr. This is why we have generations of weird people due to absentee parents trying to do many things at one time instead of focusing on their kids. And then Bean Cheeks, these females are sleeping around to have daddy issues. And then that was all the newer chats we have right now.
Okay. So how's this gonna work? Because we got some free tickets to give away to
I
the
gotta
live
add a
show
few
with Fresh and
names.
Fit. How do we do this, Nat?
So let's
teach
put everyone's-
teach me something, Nat.
Teach
I don't
me
know how
something.
technology works.
So what I'll do is I'm gonna finish putting the names in here. If you girls want to give your happy endings, and then we'll do the last thing. We'll be picking the name.
Okay.
So happy endings, and
All
we'll
right.
finish the names.
So at the end of every show, we do what is known as the happy ending, where you guys can give your 2 cents on what happened today or in life, or give a plug for yourself. We had sort of an unhappy ending today, but this is show business, not show friends. Tessa, you got a camera? Let the people know where to find you. What do you want people to know? What's your take? Go ahead.
You can find me down in Miami. I am a tattoo artist. I'm one of the best in Miami, so you can come see me, Tattooed by Tessa. And I have no sense for the end of that. Angela is not 40 pounds overweight, so I just really don't think that's something you should say to a female. That's it.
Angela, you have the mic now. You've made some serious waves right here. I don't think you and MLD are going to be going on a date anytime soon. But what are your final 2 cents? Give us your happy ending.
Pick your role models wisely, guys. Not everyone on the internet is qualified to give you advice, including myself. But at the end of the day, to each their own, your results will say a lot. And if that's who you look up to, you should really question yourself, is all I'm going to say.
All right. I found myself caught between a rock and a hard place because I do think that he gives a lot of good advice out, but at the same time, it's probably not the right thing to do to treat a woman that way. So I think he'll take some ownership. I think he's a smart guy. I think he'll reflect and act better, and we'll see where we go from here. But I'm not picking sides here. I'm not here to start the drama, but
No, you are picking sides. Quit playing. Quit playing, bro. You just picked sides. You just said that you think he'll act better. You just said you think he will act better. That means that he's acting bad or in a way to where he could improve in this specific area. Quit playing, bro. You are not, you can't play the middle ground right after saying that.
I wish that it didn't go down like that, but it did, and we'll see where it goes. Nailingus, my friend, my homie, my compadre. I haven't seen you in so long.
I know, man.
My girl, the first time I saw you, you
I
talking
had to
like
pretend,
this.
yes, when
you
the first
pretended
time I
you didn't
met
speak
you.
English.
Yes, I was
the
like,
first time I meet her, my boy introduced me. He goes, "This is Nailin. I'm Nailin." I'm like, I'm rolling my eyes. I'm like, really, Chris, bro? She got some, she got it going on. I'm my name Nailin. I'm like, oh god.
This
and
is
then
a plan.
she's like, I'm just kidding, motherfucker. I'm Nailin. What's up? I'm like, oh.
I'm like, I speak English. She's like, oh my god.
That's funny, dude. That's funny.
It's English, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nailing, go
Anyways,
ahead. Thank you for coming on today. Give us your happy ending.
Yeah, my happy ending would be that I would get in contact with Andrew Tate again because he DM'd me and then his Instagram got deleted and then he went to jail. So
He wasn't making fun of her accent. He was saying that, no, he wasn't clowning her. He wasn't making fun of her accent. He was saying that she came up and pretended not to be able to speak English the first time and like acted like she barely spoke English and then was like, just kidding. And then just started talking in a normal accent right after.
I don't know how to find him. Yeah, he's out of jail now.
I can help you get in touch with him.
Yeah, please. He DM'd me and he was really nice. He was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm home. He's like, good. He's like getting ready for our future kids. And then I never responded back because his Instagram got deleted.
Aileen, you know what? What you say doesn't make sense. I just want a normal, nice guy, take care of my kids. And it's like, where the NBA ballers at? Where Tate's at? It's like.
No, he wants me to be home and raise children and be submissive. That's what I want. I want to be a sex slave for
this
life.
Shit up.
No, you can't.
Anyway, we'll see what we can do to make you a referral there. Tate, if
All
you're
right.
watching. Okay, Melina.
Yeah.
You're adorable and argumentative as always.
Yeah.
Combative
Thank
and annoying
you.
and sweet
Thank
as
you.
always.
I appreciate it. I
It's
like being
They would never drag a woman this much for making fun of a guy's height or looks like this. It's one shitty comment. We all get it. It's stupid. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. They definitely would not. They would not. And this is kind of like what we're going through right now with Vosh, where he says that a girl has a fetish for white guys. And everybody on the left freaks out about this. But she responded by saying that he had a small white dick. And the lefties didn't care about that. They continued to pile on. They retweeted this stuff. And they're all just like getting super upset with Vosh still a year later. And what's her name? And Kat's getting like a full pass on all of this. So it's insane. And then people are getting mad at Shark because he called her out for saying sexist stuff. And then also called out Vosh. And they're calling him like an Uncle Tom and bullcrap like that because he called out a black woman for saying something very sexist.
all those
It's
things.
like
It's great.
sweet and salty all in one.
It's awesome. That's
Yeah.
like the type, when you dip like fries, salty fries with ice cream is like the best thing.
Dip it in a Wendy's
That's
Frosty.
basically me. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
go ahead.
So you can find me on YouTube, melina.joranson, twitch.tv/melina. Same on Instagram as the YouTube, melina.joranson, and I guess on TikTok, melina.joranson.
Okay, look
Yeah.
forward to doing more content with you.
Yeah,
having
it's
more
super
laughs
fun.
with you,
Thank you
yelling
so
at
much for
you,
having me here.
arguing with you.
Yeah, this episode
It's
was
like-
really fun. I really liked
Yeah,
this
yeah,
episode.
agreed.
It was super fun. Yeah.
What were your take on MLD? You guys get along, yeah?
I think he is a little childish.
Oh, I think he's.
I don't really know too much about him, but I think he
Okay.
should be able to own up to his stuff and not act so emotional.
Yeah, it's all we said was
Yeah.
just own up to it.
All right.
Control his emotions because I think
Yeah, don't go back to that. Don't go back to that. That is not all you said was just from the own up to it. Once he owned up to it, you immediately moved the goalpost and you had something else that you wanted him to do. Don't keep saying, oh, I just wanted him to own up to it. That was all. Oh, that was it. I just wanted him to own up to it. That was it.
everyone here was very
All he needed to say
respectful
was, "Yo, my bad." I
and
take
just
it back.
very on
That-
point.
that-
Everyone
it's
here,
all-
all the girls,
It's
and I
all
think
good,
that
but
he was
that's
the
on
one who
him.
was the
I don't want to put words in his mouth.
Anyways.
He's a grown man. Guste, I think you've been very classy today. I appreciate you being here again. Give us your happy ending.
My pleasure. I would props to Angela because how you handled that situation was so classy, respectful, and to handle a situation with such calmness and like your demeanor is like so hard, especially like for a lot of people to do. So like I really respect you for how you brought that to attention, and I think it's very obvious that like a high value man doesn't react to confrontation like that. He doesn't just stand up and walk away all, it's like, thank you for letting me know that this is how you feel. I stand by my word. But like you can see like, he was all in this like emotional state of mind where it just wasn't clicking for him.
And again, I'm not defending him. I'm not shitting on him. He
Just
did
my
need to
perspective.
leave by 6 o'clock. That's something we established. I promise you, I'm not lying about that. But he could have handled.
Yeah, John, why are you saying that he walked out in the middle of the show and that saying that they bullied him off? He said that he had a heart out before that. And it was at the end of the show.
it any way he wanted. All good. I'm not here to fight other people's battles. But I appreciate you lovely ladies being here. Nat.
And Melina was like quiet the whole time. She didn't say anything. I put my title as Melina bullied him off and he rage quits or something. And then, Melina was quiet the entire time. I missed all the timestamp. Give me a break. Okay, fair enough. I'm asking because I was like, everybody in chat or Sassafras first started going off like, Tom, Melina didn't do it. It was a bunch of girls. And I was like, okay, I'm literally just like putting the information that I have on there. Plus, it's going to be better for a title anyways. So I'll probably cut up this segment and post it. And then the title will still be Melina Bullies Off MLD. Melina Bullies MLD off of podcast.
What you got for me?
You want my happy ending or the rest of the chats?
I'm going to move past your happy ending today and go right to the chat.
But he did walk off like a baby. Let's be honest. He seemed to be stomping off a little bit. Yeah.
And in my family and in my life acted. It's so unattractive.
All right, I know we got to wrap up.
Okay, then.
All dear, cool. Just so we're clear on that. Nat, go ahead. As we're doing this, production team, real quick. I know we're wrapping up. MLD literally has to go. He's not walking off. No. He said at 6 o'clock he needed to hard out at 6 o'clock right now. MLD, final words before you run off. I don't want to go out like this. Anything you would like to say before you do?
I got nothing to say. I'm out.
See? My point.
All right, brother.
I'll text you. Thank you. Sorry.
Of course, bro.
Yeah, like for him to just be like, I got nothing to say. He's being a bit of a baby. He's being a little baby. You can't tell me he's not salty. He is being salty, for sure. He is definitely being salty. All right. Anybody else in chat want to rewind the VOD and play some Russian roulette here? Anybody else want to try me? We can go back to this. We can go back to this now. Now that we've gotten through this part. Time to go back to you guys being wrong. Now that we got this out of the way. Everything I've said was facts. No, it wasn't. You said that you were acting like I was taking MLD's side Tuesday. I'm just being nice to you. You were definitely in the group. You and Sassafras both acting a fool. No, I would go back on my VOD because it's about what I played so far and people acting like I saw things that I didn't see and then acting like I'm the one missing things that I didn't miss. You were making excuses for him? Like what? What excuses did I make for him? Let's hear it. You were simping. Okay, how was I simping? Let's hear it. He could have meant PHAT. I didn't say that. I never said that. You stuck up for him way longer than I would have, not necessarily about right or wrong. I didn't stick up for him. This didn't happen. You guys are just coping now. You were acting like there was a context where it would be okay for him to call her fat. No, I didn't. This didn't happen. You guys are lying. You guys are just coping now. This didn't happen. You're making up stuff. You are just completely lying now to make yourselves feel better about being completely wrong. This did not happen. I said she's refusing to give us the context for what it was that was said. We don't know who he called fat. We don't know what the context was for how he called somebody fat. All of the different contexts that I gave were still bad. Every single example that I gave were all examples of him still doing something bad. These were all examples of him saying something bad. Every single one were still things that I would have condemned. You guys acting like it was me sticking up for him. Maybe you guys are sexist and misogynistic, but I'm not. All of those examples, those were still bad examples. Those were still really bad. If you guys are okay with that crap, that's disgusting. That is really gross that you guys would be okay with any of that. I am so much more feminister than all of you. That's the problem. You guys are just upset that I am feminister than the rest of you, and you're getting jelly, and it's sad, okay? That's what it is. It is sad, and it is not this jelly is not a good look on you, okay? I'm over here jamming, and you're down there jelly. That's what it is. Don't walk off red face. We need you.